and welcome everyone. So an introduction to decentralized identity. I started working with decentralized identity quite some time ago, and it's one of these things, it's really difficult to put the pieces together. Underlying decentralized identity is blockchain, and this is why I did the blockchain seminar just a month ago. And now I'm going to take you into the world of decentralized identity. So our agenda. So I'm going to start with looking at today's identity challenges. I'm going to look at cryptographic solutions to our challenges today, talk about self-sovereign identity, and then look at the components of the solution. So one of the major components of the solution is a DID, which is the digital identity. And then we've got DID documents, we've got resolvers, DID authentication, verifiable claims, and hub identity stores. So quite a lot to get through in just 1 hour. So let's get started. So today we've got digital identity, which is held all over the place in many diverse and distributed organizations, websites, and these people are custodians of our identity. They're looking after our identity. If they get breached, we lose that piece of our identity. Let me introduce you to Eric. Eric is our user. He's going to be involved in the seminar today. And Eric is a bit of a thinker. So he's thinking, number one is, how many different identities do I have? And Eric's being very honest, and the answer is he can't remember. And it'd be an interesting question to ask yourselves is, how many different digital identities do you have, and do you actually remember doing, or are they a vague memory in the background? Next question is, when he signed up for a particular digital identity, what information did he give away? Well, probably he gave away his email alias, but did he give his organization, his job title, maybe some other details about himself? And if he gave that information away, can he revoke the information and remove that site's access to that information? And then another thing that concerns him, he's working away on the internet and he doesn't want to be tracked between sites. So he's thinking about this. And of course, every site these days, or most sites these days, will ask you for an email alias. So he's now thinking, should he go out and get a different email alias for each site? And then, of course, he's got to get an email from someone, and someone is going to host that email alias for him and an identity to get it and so on. And he's just compounding the problem. And then he says, how do I know who I'm really connected to? If I look in my browser, is that padlock really safe? Do I really know it's my bank I'm connected to? Do I really know I'm connected to Gmail? And of course, the padlock within your browser is all about down to the trust anchor of PKI certificates that have been issued by an authority that your browser trusts, or in fact, it's your operating system trusts. And of course, we all know that there have been various hacks over the years whereby actual certificate authorities have been hacked and rogue certificates have actually been issued. So a number of challenges, and Eric is obviously thinking about these different challenges. Federation, where does federation fit into all this? Federation is a method where we can have an application that trusts an identity provider. So when we go to authenticate to an application, the application doesn't have its own identity store. What it does is it shoots us off to a security token service, which is also possibly an IDP. It doesn't have to be an identity provider, but it could just be a security token services that sends you to yet another identity provider. We go over to the STS and we authenticate our user. Having authenticated our user, we build a security token. And that security token could be in a number of different formats. It could be a token that can be used by OpenID Connect. It could be a token that could be used by OAuth 2. It could be a SAML token. It could be a SAML token that is used by the SAML protocol, or a SAML token that is used by WS Federation, and so on. But nevertheless, we get the token back, and that's then presented back to the claims aware application. And that token is proof of our user's identity to the application. And that token will be validated by the application. And one of the things it will do is check the signature on the token. And the signature is the signature that the STS used to sign the token. So the STS will have used its private key to sign the token. And what we're going to do is validate the token with the security token services public key. Once we've got that, once we've validated the token, what we can do is render the page back from our claims aware application, and our user is signed in. And no identity store is sitting on the claims aware app. We're trusting our identity to the security token service. So are we better off with federation?